I encourage you listeners to also think about what's my primary flow experience or activity. And it could be being outside, it could be cooking, it could be
Yeah.
playing music or listening to music or dancing. I mean, it doesn't have to be a physical sport for sure. But
Mm,
what's really important is when you schedule these flow activities, this primary flow activity into your life regularly, you become familiar with the experience of being in flow. So,
mm,
we all know, the three of us understand that mindfulness or meditation is the practice of becoming familiar with our mind, our bodies, our state experience, our sensory experiences. So becoming familiar with flow is really important for being able to then apply it or access flow when you're at work or when you're doing things that might not necessarily
mm,
be your ecstatic primary flow experience. So it's
mm,
it's looking at your life and really getting to know those things that make you
mm,
feel as naturally calm, clear, alive,
mm,
happy, engaged as possible, and really getting to know yourself in that state, because then you'll be able
mm,
to apply it in other ways. And then getting back to your question, John, about the flow cycle. So when we're in a
mm,
high flow experience, and high flow is skiing, it has, something that has some high consequences involved. Maybe it's public speaking or being in front of a crowd or submitting a presentation or whatever. There's consequences involved, either physical or mental or social, consequences. That's more of a high flow state where it's going to require this cascade of neurochemicals to come online in our body and in our brain.
mm,
And what happens is we can't stay in flow forever. We actually don't live in flow state because after these highs, after these a yoga class or a ski day or whatever else we're doing, a concert, there's going to be time when our body needs to recover from
mm,
actually needs to reproduce and recover some of those neurotransmitters that came sweeping through our body mind. And if we don't recover gracefully, then we'll just keep looking for this high experience. So there is, in the flow cycle, is the first step is usually there's some kind of struggle mode
mm,
where there may be struggle before the aha comes. And
mm.
then there's the flow experience. And then there's the recovery time that needs to happen before we kind of move through the cycle again.